Okay, so this is a Vauxhall Mokka automatic transmission. It's a 17 plate. I'm gonna weigh out the pros and the cons. One, it's very spacious. I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of space in this car. There is a lot of space. It's pretty straightforward to drive. You know, it's a bit sluggish. The turbo kicks in around about 70 miles an hour when you're just gone past the speed limit of UK driving. Overall, considering I was looking for a Qashqai and Europa car gave me a Mokka turbo automatic as a added free upgrade, I'm still not really pleased with it. I'm not pleased with it at all. The sound system is average. It's not a great system. Even with the tweaking of the equalizer, still pretty crap. Mirrors have to be done by control button. So, you know, it doesn't work with the key. The key is pretty straightforward. Plenty of boot space, so cannot fault this Opel 1.4 turbo. It's got plenty of boot space. So big bag, rucksack, and there's still plenty of space. Okay, so we've seen the outside of the car. Let's have a look inside the bonnet of the engine. And you see it's on the driver's side. Left-hand drive. Europe. Mirror controls. Seating is not electric, standard. Adjustment. This is the automatic, as I said before. Let's have a look at the engine. Now the bonnet cover is pretty heavy, and it's very heavy. And not because I can't pick it up, it's really heavy. Standard. There's an Ecotec engine. A lot of heat coming from here, but the bonnet is very heavy. It's not light, definitely, and even though it's holding on to this, I'm still wondering if it's strong enough. The bonnet is very heavy. Very heavy, so it's not something that's easily able to open. So say if you're elderly or you're just very petite, or you know, you just don't have the strength to, you know, it's not something that everyone can easily open. I found the bonnet very heavy, but then this is a, you know, crossover. I wouldn't call this an SUV. It's definitely not a 4x4. actual interior is, it's alright, it's pretty standard. The feedback from the tyres yesterday when we were driving the car was unreal, and plus as was not very, what's it, the word, a lot of feedback from the tyres, and also it's not very, I'm just thinking of the right word for it. It's not, it's like, you're getting a lot of noise from outside. You can hear everything outside, so you're not very shielded from the outside in regards to noise. You're hearing a lot of noise coming from the vehicle. I'll be showing you outside of the vehicle just to show you the specs. And this is a rental. You know, this is not brand new. This is a rental, and this is a brilliant way. I would actually highly recommend you renting a car. You know, it's the same. Test driving isn't the same. Renting a car and actually experiencing it before you actually buy is so much better. But I can tell you this now, I wouldn't recommend this as a purchase for many different reasons, which I will go into. So you got the standard parking sensors, no rear view camera, which is probably, I'm most likely thinking, because I haven't actually seen the actual fully loaded version. So, but still, I'm not even intrigued to even see it. It's over 30,000 on the clock, and I don't know if you can actually hear the sound of the engine. It's not ideal. It's very noisy. This is a turbo, so this is a Mokka turbo. And yeah, if you spotted it, it is an automatic. And this is a Europea rental. I mean, I have to say this is this is how I actually got the vehicle. So look at that. Look at the dirt. It's not highly recommended. I don't recommend Europea for this at all. The customer services wasn't great either. And they just kind of like said, you know what, if you don't get this vehicle, you ain't getting any other vehicle. So I highly recommend, if you're going to hire a car for the weekend, get it during the week. Don't get it on a Friday, and make sure they actually have the vehicle of your choice. Because I wanted the Qashqai manual. I didn't mind going for the manual rather than the automatic. Onboard parking sensors are very sensitive. Even a leaf is coming up. Okay, so as you can, there is space. I'm like 6'2". There's plenty of space. It's very spacious, but oh, what's going on there? In some automatics I've been in, like the Mercedes E-Class semi chip, what's it? The pedal gears. I'm not a car expert, so I'm not even going to go into that. By the time I finish, I most likely will be, but I'm not in the moment. It's just good to know what cars are good for family and what cars isn't good for family. And this car isn't, I wouldn't rate it as good for, so it's got the standard, you know, car sensors, parking sensors should I say. It's very sensitive. A leaf, uneven surface, road surface, it pretty much picks up everything. Electric windows. Central locking. Locks on movement of the car. Once the car picks up over, I would say just over 10 miles an hour, the doors lock automatic. And this is a 1.4 unleaded turbo. Easy to drive, manageable, definitely. Family, for the convenience of family, maybe on a on a more premium version of this car, like a more loaded version, there'll be more features for kids. But from what, if you look on the reviews on YouTube, you probably find out that's not the case at all. So it's a sad thing. We're just going to fill up. Done a quarter tank, 100 miles, reasonable for fuel economy. If you want something and you haven't got no choice and this is what you have to get if you're hiring, then don't be disappointed. Okay, so just filled up, quarter tank. Was used yesterday to go, well not even yesterday, for the whole weekend used about a quarter tank, me and the family. We're now on a full tank now, that will cost just under £24. Not bad, not bad at all. I would say not bad at all for fuel economy. If you drive it sensibly and you're not putting your foot down heavy on the gas, then you're gonna get your money's worth. So, what do I think of this car? Would I recommend for family comfort? I was reasonably comfortable, not that comfortable. Car is really hot. It's actually really hot, and I'm not saying heating, like there's heating in the car. It's just hot. Like, and we're talking summer. Just the other day was like 39 the other day, the temperature in this car. I can't imagine driving this car at that time there. The temperature must be crazy hot. So insulation, really good. Feedback from tires, well, that could be sorted by just changing tires. But if you're in a rental, who's wanting to be changing tires? If you're buying the car, it's a decent family standard car. I would give it out of 10. I would give it around about 4 point, no, not even a 4 point, because there's no cubby holders. The side of the doors is like there's hardly any space to put anything in it. I don't even need to show you what's the point. There's just no space to put anything. It's just ridiculous. I mean, spaciously for an SUV, there are bags of space, but really, family-wise, yeah, you can squeeze. You could have 5 people in this comfortably. System on board.
Your charity. On Friday, the 9th of August, at the Rust Club, there's a tribute to George Michael.
Okay, reasonable sound system, not the best. We've done a little tweaking, or the missus done a little tweaking with the sound, and it still sounds like it's in a hall. Feedback, I mean, you can hear outside quite a lot. Automatic transmission, it's a bit groggy on gears, starts to growl. Handles the road really well, I'm not going to dispute that. Going over bumps, rideability, I would say, if you're talking out of 10, I'll give it like a 3.5. It really does give a lot of feedback, and that's just not down to tires. So no, and pretty disappointed, to be honest with you. This is a Mokka X. Let me just get this right one time right now. It's a Mokka X 1.4 turbo automatic transmission, left-hand drive because we're in Europe, and the car is heavy. It's heavy. It's really heavy. It feels like a tank. In fact, driving it is not really fun to drive. It feels like I'm driving a van. You know, I don't want to be feeling like I'm driving a transit van, and I'm not talking about the new transit vans. I'm talking about old school transit vans. It's not the best in regards to just the enjoyment of driving. It's not the best. I don't know what more to say to you on that one. It's just not. Kind of very disappointed, because as I probably have said a few times in this, Euro cars need to let you be aware that you're not going to get the car if you book on a Friday. On the weekend, you ain't going to get this car. You're not going to get the car you want, is the best way to put it. So overall, I would say overall, the layout of the car is nice, the looks is nice. You know, SUV appearance of it looking like an SUV. I don't know. Out of 10, I'll give for appearance a 5. Definitely a 5. Interior, give it a 4.5. Would I recommend you for your family to get this car? If it was the last one on the line and there was nothing else to hire, then yes. I would not recommend to buy at all. It doesn't have that family feel to it. So, and that's it. There's nothing more I can say on that. Okay, so finally, what I will say to you is that the car, when you put the foot down and you really put the foot down, turbo does kick in. I'm not going to dispute that. Turbo kicks in. It does its business. Turbo kicks in. Overall, I should be very grateful because I wanted an automatic anyway, and I got one. I didn't have any options to get one on the day because there was nothing available. This was the last one, and if this wasn't on the line, I wouldn't have a car to go out with the family, and there was no way we were taking the missus' car because she was like, no, you're not taking my car. Well, you know, I understand. She doesn't want to put all that mileage on it, especially, you know, so fair enough. But I will say, if you're going away on a weekend break, get a rental, enjoy, and it depends on you really. If you drive reasonably, you know, and you feel pretty confident, then you get one. If you don't feel confident, then you're gonna have to get all the, you know, the coverage and all of that, just to make sure that if you have any incidents, scratches, anything like that, that you don't have to pay any additional premiums. So this is the 17 plate. It's alright. That's it. It's alright. It's alright. Lastly, I would say I just recently thought, you know what, I might as well start giving reviews on cars, because, you know, on family cars especially, for the fact that something that you should know about, especially when you're looking to get a car. So if you like this, let me know your comments. If you've got this car, leave your comments, and yeah, subscribe. Daily motivation. So I've arrived at Eurocar. It's like 8 minutes past 8, and there's no one has arrived as yet. It's not even open. So yeah, my car was supposed to be collected. This is an edit for yesterday when my car was supposed to be collected, and it didn't actually happen. But for whatever reason, it never happened. It's happened now. You know, I waited all day yesterday, and beauty of magic of video and editing, it would look like I did this video the same day, but no, I didn't. I actually doing the video the next day, which is today, which is, I don't even remember the date today. What is the date today? But regardless of the date, the time, it's not really relevant. You know, what is time? What's the percentage?